Hello, good morning, good evening, everyone. Welcome to section 2 AI Technologies. Course is Intro to AI for Beginners and Freshers. Let's get started. What exactly is ChatGPT? Think of a car. ChatGPT is the car you drive, the LLM is the engine under the hood. Gemini, Claude, Llama are the other cars built on different engines. So Gemini is from Google, Claude is from Anthropic company, Llama is from Meta, Facebook. What is large language model means? Why they are called LLM? Let's decipher, let's understand what each letter means. Let's start with what is L? L stands for large, trained on more text and any human could read for years together. Second L stands for language. Its whole job is a human language, reading it and writing it. M stands for model, not a database of answers, a system that learned the patterns of how we write. So when we look at the text, generally in the database or in the files, that data is structured, but these models, what they do is they learn the patterns. That's what the LLM is. So just to summarize, what exactly is ChatGPT? ChatGPT is an application based on LLM. In the scenario of the car, ChatGPT is the car and LLM is the engine. How does an LLM learn? Learn from data. So these LLMs reads billions of words and books, websites and articles. They learn the language and the patterns and they practice by predicting. Assume that if you type something and send them that message, it reads by predicting the next word because already it read billions of words and books and websites. So it is trying to understand how humans write or generate the content. And the third one is improve with human feedback. So the way LLM works is, just to simplify it, is being trained with a lot of data. Once it understands the data, it starts predicting what the next word in the sentence is going to be. And humans will review whether the LLM predictions are correct or wrong. So they put a label on it. It's a right or wrong, like that. So that's how this LLM is software learns based on the data by predicting it, by validating with the human feedback. Why LLMs are so powerful compared to other technologies like Google search engine? Why LLMs are powerful is because of the following: trillions of words of text used for training, billions of parameters, means lakhs and multiple crores of words, each one slightly turned during the training, and the huge compute resources to train once. That's the broadly three reasons they are so powerful. Means it read so much of data and there are so many parameters to fine tune the model to generate the next text or image or the voice, and huge compute in order to perform this kind of reading for LLMs and to predict with billions of record. It requires a lot of compute, means lot of software or a lot of CPUs, GPUs and memory or database or data infrastructure. That's the reason it's called huge. So LLMs are powerful because it read a lot of things and it's being adjusted, and also there is a lot of computing power, means a lot of data source resources are being used in order to train LLM. Can we write an LLM and create this kind of trillions and billions and huge compute? Yes, but it requires a lot of money because buying one laptop costs some money. If we want to train these LLMs, it requires a lot of computers, lot of GPUs. So it requires a lot of money. Let's move on. What is training versus using? Let's take the example of a chef. Chef is nothing but a food cooking expert, right? So training, in order to become a expert chef or an expert in cooking food, they need to first try something, they need to learn, they need to know the ingredients, they need to try the recipes and fail, adjust. That's how the training is, right? Once they have the training, they can go and cook it in a matter of minutes. That doesn't mean cooking is so easy. It requires a lot of training. That's what we are trying to analyze, right? This AI requires a lot of training. Then when we send a message to ChatGPT, it responds back. That is pretty fast. But in order to create this ChatGPT kind of LLM based ChatGPT, it requires a lot of training and resources. What LLMs struggle with. Like humans, LLMs, these large language models also struggle with things such as hallucination. They can confidently make things up. Means they may not be real, but they confidently predict something. And they are not truth. We have to validate that. Knowledge cutoff. They only know their training data. Assume that an LLM is trained for last 50 years or 100 years of data. It knows only that data. Before 100 years what happened, it doesn't have that kind of information or training. Great with words, weaker with exact calculations and logic puzzles. For now, the LLMs are great with predicting the words. In the mathematics, in the science field, in the financial field, these LLMs are evolving. Golden rule: treat LLM output as a smart first draft. Do not think that that is a final truth. Beyond the ChatGPT, the LLM family, there are a lot of other LLMs based products are there. First one, we know ChatGPT or GPT, that is from a company called OpenAI. It is very famous and popular. Second one is Claude. This is by another American company called Anthropic. This is excellent at documents and writing the software code. And third one is Gemini from Google. This is a deep Google ecosystem integration with Gmail, Google Docs, and YouTube. It is having good integrations. And Llama is from Meta, which is nothing but a Facebook. Layers of the AI stack. In order to build an AI, there are different layers. One is application layer, ChatGPT, Claude, Cursor, Copilot. These are applications. Models are GPT, which are nothing but large language models or large image generation models or large video generation models. These are models. And the chips, in order to create or train these models, we need to have the GPUs, TPUs, and these are from different companies. GPUs are from Nvidia, TPUs are from Google. Infrastructure, so all these chips will be connected together in a big data center, and they need to have cooling, and they need to have connections with each other. And all this AI stack requires a lot of energy, a lot of power. So to summarize, there are broadly 5 layers. Application layer, which is nothing but ChatGPT. Model is GPT. Chips are GPUs, TPUs. Infrastructure is the data centers, and power and energy is also very important piece of this AI stack. And let's look at the AI family. So scientifically, what is the umbrella technologies? How do they structure? Initially, the top one is the artificial intelligence. It's a broad field. In that, there is a subfield called machine learning, which systems that learn from patterns or from data. In the next slide, I will give you high level what machine learning is. We can discuss other aspects also. Really at the high level, no need for you to become expert in machine learning to become an expert in the AI, right? The third one is deep learning, multi-layer neural network. And the fourth one is generative AI, models that create new content. And fifth one is agentic AI, which are autonomous. Let's look at these family of systems separately. Let's start with the machine learning. A traditional software follows the rules a programmer wrote. Just to give you example, in order for any one of us to get a vehicle license, either car, bike, or truck license, a standard programming rules such as how old is the vehicle, who is the driver, what is driver's track record, age. Based on that, we will get an insurance code. But in the machine learning, what we give is, we are not going to give them all these details and rules. We don't write the rules. In the machine learning, we give them last, let's say, thousands and thousands of already produced insurance codes. Machine learning algorithms, they read the already codes with all the information such as the vehicle model, driver's age, and other things. Based on that, it itself writes the rules. So that is the difference. In the traditional software, we write the rules. In the machine learning, Machine itself writes the rules. That is the reason we call it as a machine learning. And good examples are Netflix and YouTube recommendations. So when we watch Netflix or YouTube, there will be some recommended videos that pops up. For every person, it will be different, because the kind of videos or they watch, based on that, this recommendation engine, which is a machine learning based, this is not a traditional hard coded one. This is machine learning engine. No need for you to know more details about it. I'm just giving you at the high level where these use cases are used. If you know that machine learning is part of the AI stack, that should be good enough, given this is a AI intro, right? The another example is spam filter. If you go to your Gmail, you can see along with your inbox, there will be a spam. In that, there will be some emails already will be listed by Google spams. How does that do that? Is based on the machine learning algorithms. Fraud alerts from the bank. Sometimes bank will say, they will flag the fraud if you have an online bank account. If you are doing any transactions, if there is a transaction that is initiated, assume that you have a bank account in X place, and generally you live in X place, and if there is a transaction that is initiated from Z place, then bank automatically detects that, hey, that IP address or location is different, so they want to check to make sure that that's not a fraud bank transaction. That kind of activities and programs are also developed by this machine learning. Another one is price predictions on travel apps, certain things. Deep learning is another subset of artificial intelligence. This is the brain inspired upgrade. So deep learning uses neural networks with many layers. Neural networks they simulate our brain like artificial intelligence. We are creating it, right? So this deep learning analyzed the human brain, and they try to create this kind of a neural network based on the data with different layers. And this is a complex and very interesting topic. If you are interested, I can do another video. But for this introduction, just think that this is like a neural networks, like how in our brain neurons are there, like that this network is there, and it is complex and it will have the layers. So in the interview, generally people ask what is the difference between ML and DL. ML stands for machine learning, and DL stands for deep learning. You can simply say that ML learns based on the pattern or the data. DL uses many layers of networks for complex patterns. So there are 4 technologies at a glance. We can look at it using the AI. Computer vision, like if you want to unlock your phone, you can now face based unlocks are there. So AI that sees is called computer vision. Robotics is nothing but a warehouse like Amazon warehouse. There will be robots that will be moving the packet based on the destination where they need to go. Robots are there. These are physical AI. This is also part of this 4-legged technology. Right? Another one is generative AI, like ChatGPT. When we ask something, it generates the text. It creates the text. If we ask something, it creates the images. It creates the audio and music also. There are a lot of other tools like ChatGPT, which can create efficient music. Agentic AI is the 4th one. This is very, very interesting. That is what is happening, and a lot of work happening in this Agentic AI in 2026. Agents by itself, they plan the steps, they use the tools like AI, other tools, they complete the multi-step task with less supervision. How they all work together? In order to understand this, let's take a Tesla car with FSD, fully self-driving car. So I drove one of those cars. It's very interesting to see how this technology, these cars are able to. It is like elevator, right? When we press a button, it takes us to the floor, corresponding floor. I remember when the elevators or lifts came, initial days there used to be a person sitting, because humans used to feel scared to give the control. Now in the elevators or lifts, we started believing and trusting these technologies. Similarly, self-driving Tesla cars are also, there will be other cars which can drive by themselves. Initially, now humans are feeling little comfortable. Initially I was worried because the steering and it drives by itself, but now I can sit and let it drive, and I feel comfortable and secure. And another is support chatbots like LLMs that talk when we call any customer support. Now we don't know real humans are talking or any machines or digital agents are talking. So the real world products, given the enormous technology of artificial intelligence, we can see AI is being embedded or included in every aspect of the products. Activity, pick up your phone and just check any of the app. Try to classify that app, whether does it recommend anything like machine learning if you open YouTube or Netflix, and does it recognize your face. There are some apps, by looking at your face they will unlock if you have a bank account. So in order to log into your bank account using mobile app, if face recognition is enabled, by looking at the face it unlocks, it directly takes to your account balances and other things, right? Check that. Computer vision. The third one is text or imaging. Generate, ChatGPT generate the images, text. Use other tools what are there in your phone and see and classify them. Does it complete the task? If you say something, is it able to go and complete the task? That kind of app is there in your phone or not? Check that. This is where new apps are going to come. Let's move on to the next career tip. Be ready to explain what is the difference between ML and deep learning. Just at the high level, ML learns by pattern, DL uses many layered. Just a recap, ML learns vision, which is computer vision, it sees. Robotics, which are physical AI that they move. Generative AI, they create images, text, word documents and videos. And agents, which can work anonymously, means by themselves. And just to wrap it up, the key takeaways for this section 2 are ChatGPT is the app and the LLMs are the engine. LLMs learn by predicting the next word. Training is expensive and done at once. Always treat AI output as a smart first draft. Check for hallucination, that is always cannot be the truth. AI is the umbrella of the discipline. Machine learning is the sub learning division. Deep learning is also subset of AI. Generative AI, agentic AI. This concludes our chapter 2, and looking forward to see you in my next section 3. Bye for now.